All right, Top Madden, YouTube, everybody, welcome to the video here. We got our third episode of Coach's Corner on the season, though only the second one for Top Madden. And it is the Super Bowl. And like we have done in the past with some of the various Super Bowl winners, we've got the champ himself, Soul Drive. How do you said it, but I just don't do well with the in chat. How is the name pronounced? I'm going to get it right.
It's just Khalil.
Khalil?
Khalil,
Khalil,
yeah,
like
like
Lil, like
yeah,
Lil, Khalil. Okay.
exactly.
Not Khalil, Khalil. All right, got it. Because I was like, I couldn't remember what you said, and I was like trying to remember what he put in chat. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm calling him. I'm just gonna get it wrong for the night, so all your friends got to watch me. But anyways, if you missed the Super Bowl, I don't know how you did. We had 50 viewers in the chat. An incredible game, a close game, all the way out. There wasn't even like a comeback scenario. This was tit for tat, punching at each other, counter punch all game long. It really came down to one of those like who has the football last kind of situations. So um, we've got Khalil here, and we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna kind of do our normal thing where if I see anything that maybe during the broadcast I was thinking about, or maybe on the rewatch that we find, we'll talk a little bit about that. And then we got the champ here to give us kind of his thought processes throughout the game, some of the big plays that he and his perspective thought were big plays. And then we'll ask him to break down. So it's all kind of done live. There's no preparation here, so it'll be a good time. But let's get this thing going. So we know what's coming here shortly, but it was the big initial play of the game, the first play of the game was that tackle or sack fumble, right?
Right.
Is there anything that early in the game are you bringing pressure? I don't even know if you brought pressure, and we'll see here in a couple plays if you brought that pressure, but was there anything you were prepping for, or was it just one of those like, hey, you were in coverage, somebody broke through and got the hit?
Yeah, early on, I don't really blitz a lot in general, so I was just trying to stay in my game plan, trying to, feel him out first few plays, and I know he loves Aaron Jones, so I was looking out for the run. He came out with two straight runs. Third down early, I expected a pass, and I know everybody jokes about the 3-yard bandit, but I mean, I really was expecting those short routes, so I immediately go to cover them here.
So it looks like he's got a if we got the mark, we have a quick flat, a corner, and then two levels of outs is what we've got going on. So definitely some short. I mean, it's a short yardage situation here. Um, and let's just kind of see how this play develops to see if he makes any changes or adjustments. It's kind of good to see that we've got King's perspective, so we can kind of get an idea of what he was thinking. Actually, it's a zig by Y. You jump this, so this is probably the big play here. Is right now, flat probably open, right, but risky. Corner route, you don't really know if he's going to break, but with Aaron Rodgers, again, there is room. You do a great job at taking the zig away, which is probably where his eyes are. And then, of course, this is locked up. So, and then an RB's open, but it's, maybe not necessarily for the gain, right? You're in a great position user-wise. Let's just take this back 10 seconds here. Too high. All right, so you do bring him. So you're okay with exposing your user, right? And letting him know, I'm right here.
Yep. Yeah, it came out with a too high look. Kind of want to disguise, make them think, is he in cover two? Like, could I be a man? But
Right.
really, I'm in cover three, which I do run a lot of, and bring that safety down. And I was just looking for that short route.
Right. It crashed right. It looks like he actually wins on a double team here. This was the one route that he ended up hot routing, so it makes sense that he was locked in on that. He isn't seeing the field, and sorry about my previous drawings, but now the double team gets beaten. So just kind of tough luck here by the right tackle giving up a double team, and then Leighton Vander Esch with the football. So I mean, sometimes it's all you need is to just kind of pick up. You saw. Did you see? Like, did you just already know that you were going to guard that route, or is it because that when he makes the hot route, that player makes the animation, and you're like, oh, he changed that guy's route. He's my guy now.
Man, I can't even remember if like saw him change the route or not. I just had a feeling the ball was going to come to Aaron Jones, and then when I stepped up, I saw the zig, so I was like, okay, let me
Oh,
fixate
okay.
it.
Gotcha. So you just kind of felt like you drifted in the position by playing the swing, which kind of hurts him, right? By putting a person in the swing, he brought you down into the other route. Here's second and
Yep.
3. This is the thing a king does a lot of. We watched it in the early one because the first one was him versus the who did he play earlier in the year that was on the first coach's corner? Remember?
P-Town. It was
He
P-Town.
played P-Town, and something I noticed is King really is always wary of the backside bubbles. So he's going to go user that bubble to Diggs. You had mentioned in your interview after the game, you want Diggs to be kind of a decoy here. If you can get his user occupied with Diggs and get attention focused on Diggs, then maybe you could beat his AI, and I think that's a smart move there. Let's just kind of see how these plays. 3rd and 1, always tough. You know, Super Bowl started. You've made a stop. You're on the 11. 3rd and 1. It's tough.
Yeah, it was tough here. I think I came out and checked into a run here. Or
Probably the
no.
smart
No, it was
play.
designed.
Yeah, smart play, smart run, easy yardage. Yeah, you call the read option and you just make the read. It's tough. I personally am not the biggest fan of this run, not in terms of the play, but the result. Against this defense, first, like the less yardage you have to make space, the worse off you tend to be. I mean, look at him. No hesitation to shift into base aligning. Zach possibly looked like he was going to get in there. And I think you end up getting stuffed here. But it's just with how talented, with Kenny Clark there in the middle, Smith to clog up run lanes on the edge, a smart defensive user who's not going to blitz linebackers in the gaps. Just unfortunate here. I want to talk about it. There's not really anything to watch here. I mean, he just runs this cover 3, and it's hard to beat. You go field goal, 4th and goal on the 1 of the Super Bowl. What's the thought here?
Well, I came out early. I was kind of being mad conservative. I don't think I called a pass that drive. I just ran the ball down, and I was like, I got the turnover. Let me take the easy points, grab the lead, get some momentum, worry about him on the other side, see if I get a stop.
Not enough people do this, Khalil. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but you jump right in front of Hurst here and you bump him. And I know it may not seem like a lot, but at this point in time in the route, you've got a free man about to hit Aaron, and he makes this throw, which, I mean, I know that you're crashing on this crosser, right?
Right.
But, I mean, you very could have easily had been following, and it was kind of a panic throw. So that little bump is a little bit more important than people may think. I think all you have to do is hold A. I don't know if you did it or it was a result of the route kind of running into your user. But you get right in front, you shove them in, and seriously, I know the throw gets caught for a big gain, but you did everything on that play to earn yourself an interception. But once again, you said that you were wary of the bandit, right? Sometimes we're like, he'll take the short one, and he does take the short one quite a bit.
No, I definitely came in and expected a lot of short routes. So that's where my attention was. If you see later on, he actually had me in a few seam routes that he didn't even throw later on in the game because I was just trying to take out the short routes.
Right. Your linebackers are talented in coverage and very athletic. And I guess that's not something I considered. For some reason, I forgot that you had Van Der Esch. I can't say I was too versed in your roster versus Kings, so I didn't speak too much here. Edmonds and the flat. This is just hard to defend. It's just hard to defend. Aaron Rodgers out of the pocket feels like a glitch. He's not missing any throws. Nothing you can do about it here. But nonetheless, persevering. We know you win in the end here.
Yeah, it's rough defending Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, can't complain too much. I have Gunslinger too, so it's like I'm playing on easy mode as well.
Right. Yeah, it's I got to experience it a little bit last year at the end of the cycle with Aaron for my one bowl, and it's definitely an improvement. But for me, I guess I didn't consider how much of an improvement it was because it wasn't like I improved from an 85 overall. Like I went from Cole McDonald to Aaron Rodgers. So in my brain, it was just the difference of overall. But I guess in
Right.
hindsight, maybe underestimated how much Gunslinger mattered. Because there's just so many, and we'll see him later. There's a late throw down the right sideline that he made that he could just throw things late. So here's maybe one of your first pass attempts to none other than the MVP, Gabe Davis. I don't know if he won the MVP in the file. Probably gave it to Allen.
Yeah, they gave it to Josh. But yeah, like I mentioned in my interview, first of all, good drive by King. He came back and punched me in the mouth after I turned him over. But here I kind of felt the pressure, so I was like, let me
Right,
come out and do my thing. I got to pass. I'm not going
right,
to get down the field just running.
right. Yeah, you don't want to be in the seven to game of sevens and you're scoring 3 kind of deal. So you knew it would have been really nice to have scored. There's a couple times in this game though, like where King was always in the game trying to match you. There's a couple times in this game where you were in prime ability to kind of take, for example, right out the gate, right? That was one. I mean, to steal a 7-point lead, despite him getting the football first. Here's some underneath routes. Josh Allen, dangerous, a little dangerous, but that's the escape artist. But going in the half, we'll see a little bit later, you had an opportunity to score 7, and then you would have gotten the football back. It would have been a 14-point game. One of the things, I don't know if you heard in the broadcast, but I was just saying, like, King could play a perfect game, and you could still have a 14-point lead just because of the nature of timing and the way the flow of the game and you having the ball at the right times on the right drives. So, but this is a big answer drive that you definitely need. I was a little concerned. I can't remember this play, but I was really concerned. 3rd and 8. He's got a lot of people in coverage.
Right here, I knew he was playing quarters, and I knew he was looking for my anything crossing over the middle. I couldn't tell who his user was, but I just had a feeling. So I remember this. I just called a dump off to Zach Moss, and lo and behold, he's open. Everybody's paying attention to the crossers and the deep clear.
Right, right. So, I mean, and that's the way the news goes. Right, you have a clear out from somebody, so you really want to send somebody to this side of the field. You could send the rest of them over, kind of deal, and then you just have a backdoor leak out. And if everybody drops, one of the bad parts about this play is that every single zone is set to drop. This guy's in a spy, so he's not going anywhere. This guy's going to be here. This guy's going to be about here, and then these guys are going to drop with depth. So he's giving you that route pretty much. So I mean, I know we make fun of this is the biggest game of the year. If there's a game to always have a running back underneath or somebody underneath, that's huge. He ends up getting a little bit Mike Ford there, it looks like, got a little bit latched on to the dig and from the slot it looked like, and that was the right read. So big gain there. Yeah, knowing that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're about to say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, I kind of had to take what he gave me, and I did. I was nervous coming into this game, so I was really worried about throwing a pick. I didn't want to make that turnover mistake.
This was a crazy one. That ball hit right. That ball hit the ground. It threw right into the ground. Like,
yeah, I was very lucky on that play. Bit risky.
yeah, he picked up the drag well and verticals. It's hard to call verts against this team because of their 3 base and because of how tall and fast. You know, I was in position to go down the field and win the game because it was a 6-point game after a missed extra point by King, and I threw a 1-on-1 to Kevin King on a vertical. But the tall 6'3" Kevin King just went up and beat Gallup. Now, obviously, we know how this drive ends with a jump ball to Mr. Davis, and I think it's against King, so it was poetic justice for me. But it's just one of those things that one of the the difference makers for your team this postseason has been the ability for your receivers to win these 1-on-1s. I was very concerned about this one being under center, and this was just a read and a half. 3rd and 8, you got quarters, you're under center. What's the thought process here? We know that you're gonna have a late throw. I think it's this one.
Yeah, so on this play is one of my go-to plays. I don't call it every game, but I do like to call it in scenarios where I feel like I need something. My read is over on the right side on this play. It's on the the strong wide receiver slide, they're kind of doing a switch concept where the interior receiver kind of does like a fade out and the outside receiver kind of does a post route. And I'm reading over there, but I notice he's in man. And so
So
there's
it's
a
like
drag and
what is the play kind of like? It's like a
he's kind of the interior guy does like a wheel almost to the outside. Yeah, like that. And I knew he was in man and he has good man coverage corners. So I was like, all right, that's gonna be kind of not open. Let me focus on the other side. There's a drag and dig concept, and I guessed right that he was gonna cover the drag. I don't know how I knew, but I just knew.
yeah, man. It looks like Barnes here's got superstar. He takes the initial drag, jumps right in front of it, and you have to throw it then because if you wait, he'll eventually peel off. But he does a good job getting in front. This is a fantastic read. We were talking on the broadcast about Dawson Knox or these running back or tight ends, Tanyan X Factor, Hayden Hurst, 87 speed, big parts of his offensive line and then or offensive movement. Meanwhile, Dawson Knox kind of underrated on your team just because everybody else is kind of shining.
Yeah, man. It's really nice having one of those fast tight ends. I honestly probably don't use Knox enough, so definitely something to think about next year. But he definitely got premier usage in this game, probably due to the fact that Diggs. I just felt like Diggs was going to be taken away, and he did a really good job of that.
I think this might be our touchdown play here, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's not this
Next,
one. Pay attention here. I will say to everybody who's watching, I am running a lot. I haven't run a single play action to this point, and that is purposeful. I am running to get him to think I'm going to be running in the future. I'm trying to set up my play action. So that's why you've seen me kind of, even though I'm only getting one or two, this is the touchdown play right here.
All right, so we got trips to the left, Dawson over to the right. Zach, so little fake screen. And I mean, this is a tough read. Not only that, it's on Jairi of all people. So it looks like it rotates. So the one high safety is this safety. He steps up with Savage, maybe a little bit too much. I will say this: that's something he does do. I got a touchdown to Gallup in the championship game. Same deal. I sent Gallup on a go from like an more inside the numbers alignment, and him stepping up with Savage to take these crossers. He kind of gives you this little lane here. If you got enough muster to get it in there. Even so here, you get a release, and you're ready to throw the ball here. At this mind, you probably want it more right here, right?
Yeah,
Just kind of
that's what I'm going for.
Kind of lasered right in. Maybe hesitated a second. I wonder, though, because you see Diggs does kind of clear here, but again, I don't know if this is a viable Madden read because AI defenders will just turn their heads and
Yeah,
necks
and
and get that.
it's Jair, and
Right,
Jair
it's
is
the
gonna.
top.
I mean, I just don't want to risk it, so I take the inside leverage. And like I said, Gabe, he's been good for me all season. Led me in touchdowns.
Top 6'3" kind of target, exactly who you want to have to go high point the ball with the leverage, and that is the difference, man. Because he picked that ball off to go to the Super Bowl. A big one-on-one jump ball there. He can't get to it, so huge play there. Interesting enough, you run it to the short side of the field. You're kind of already on the left hash with the ball. I wonder if that means that may have helped him not think that it was going to happen. But normally, I guess you would see, because if it was to the long side of the field on the right side, that throw to Diggs is a little bit more open, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit of an easier read, but I guess you don't need it when you got Gunslinger.
Yeah, and 99 throw power.
Right. So I guess you can do things to the short side of the field, and then that gives like it. I'd be interested to see like what that opens up for like runs to the open side as they overcommit there. There's going to be a little bit of maybe some Dawson Knox one-on-one if they run man on that trip side because you're getting him out of 3, you're getting him out of 4 on that trip side. So if he runs man or other things, he's in trouble. And then even then, escape artists, that's a lot of grass away from the receiver, away from DBs. So, all right. So big zig here. He hits the angle.
And here, if you go back and watch that play again, it's another situation. I didn't expect the angle, so I'm not over there. but he has the hot routes of the zig and then the clear out from the slot guy, and he has that slot guy wide open. My cover three just, I mean, it doesn't cover that, and I
Right.
mean, he threw it open, good play, but I mean, maybe could have gotten a little more there had he looked for that slot guy.
Yeah, I'd say I would say I didn't catch that one, but there was another one I did catch where it was open. But he just, one of the things is his play style kind of suits more run first. He's got the tools to be a good passer. We've seen it this year, and he's definitely got the roster to do it. But I do think that if there's an area for King to improve, which once again I'm not being critical here, the man went damn near 19-1, right? But if there's a way to improve, it would just be kind of seeing downfield a little bit better, because it seems like his downfield stuff is heavily reliant on these like late crossers and things like that. This was a big play here.
Yeah, that's just bad user. Good stick skills. I messed up on those tackles. Found Tanya, and Tanya's a
I
beast in
can't
this game.
say that one was probably your fault, but the other ones, the whole truck stick, I can't say I would expect. I wonder if he got a trucking ability. Tanyan, it's bad whenever a guy gets X Factor and you don't even get to use it because you've reached your 3 X Factor limit. I don't even know what that's like. But
Yeah.
if depending on what the ability is, I would consider taking it off the running back. That's a weird thing, but running back X Factor abilities that aren't like Freight Train, I don't care for.
Yeah, and Freight Train is pretty broken, but I think Tanyan got max security, so not like the best X Factor for receiving ability. I mean, bonus on possession catches. I mean, who cares? Like,
This was a really
so
good
maybe.
play here to pick up. Again, little premature on the movement. I'm not going to say it's hike and haul. We're sitting here, but with the natural flow of all the routes, maybe he fits in the B, but I don't know if you have if this is white out here. Like, that's solid. This has been picked up. You're using everything else. It's just tough because obviously the contain gets broken, but you did a good job there at kind of covering everything down. He was definitely looking big there, trying to get to the corner of the end zone, and this was a massive stop for you here on this play. You said you had a feeling it was coming, right? Kind of a staple of the Packers offense. Now, is this something you know from his past, or is this something that you've seen on film?
Nah, I mean, ever since this man came out like 8-9-0, I started watching his games. Not every game because I don't always have time, but I'll check in when King's playing, and I've noticed that last play as well, that play action shot deep play, but also these inside cross, inside zig where he motions the running back out on the streak. I know he likes that play, so when I saw that coming, I immediately locked in to know what I was gonna do.
Right. Well, I think you made 2 good decisions here, right? You picked it up with the motion. So 2 zigs are coming. 14's running a zig, and Tanyan's running a zig. You choose the better of the targets, that being the better of the mismatches to user, right? If you user the linebacker against Tanyan, or if you let that beat AI, he's going to get beat. Here you have a little bit of a chance. It looks like in some press underneath man corner, you feel like you might be able to pick up that zig. Second, the open side of the field, right? Because the ball's all the way over here. You kind of choose that side to user and kind of basically say, hey, if you want to get a zig route on this play, you're going to not have, I'm not giving you a lot of space to work with, right? You're going to get from the numbers over on this route. So even if he does catch it, there's probably a quick tackle coming. So I think that was the 2 things I was highly impressed with is you took out this one. Now he's probably looking to the open side here. And because of this, the way I've seen it here is he probably has it though. Honest to God though, if he just throws that ball, I think
He definitely has it.
I think he has it. You kind of got hung up on A coming across the middle, but just being there, he is, again, I'm not trying to say anything about him, but the reason why I have been jabbing at him is because he plays scared, but it's the Super Bowl. You don't want to throw at a user that's literally all over the route. But at the end of the day, one of King's weaknesses is he doesn't like throwing at the user. He does not really throw at the user. So he sees you there, and I really feel like that made him jump back to the other one and go, oh, it should be open, and it wasn't.
Yep, you see there's 2 guys over there. They're both looking that way.
Right. Yeah, he's all over it. And I really honest to God think he went, I'll just throw the other one. And a huge hit there. and that forces the field goal to tie it. So big play there. That the play recognition, man. I've been talking to some of the guys in Better League, and I've just said, I was like, guys would be so much better if they would just take the time to go, oh, this is the 5th time he's run this game. I
Yeah.
should probably look out for it. Oh, hey, King runs the one of 2 plays. You're either getting double drags or you're getting zigs. So,
And this concept right here, not to cut you off,
Oh,
but
no, you're
I
fine.
love this concept. I have the playbook I run has a few different types of plays where there's twin receivers and the slot guy is just kind of running a deep corner and the other guy. I think I audible Diggs here to just clear out and run the streak. But I just love this because it's like a levels. The fullback will go and you kind of have to pick and choose who you want. And King loves to play in the slot when there's a slot receiver on one side, on the strong side. So he kind of has to pick, and he picked the fullback right here. That was the wrong choice.
Right. You come back to this play later, and you get a couple big plays with it. I have a play that I run as well. It's actually called Z Spot as well. But what happens is it's just this alignment for any kind of talented receiver spells so much trouble for a number of coverages. They really only certain coverages can really hang because in cover 2, you're isolating the corner to the flat or deep cover 2 beater. And then in this scenario, simply put, there's too much inside leverage here by the safeties for them to make any kind of play on an outbreaking route here. So as long as you're okay with reading high to low, like I have the play that like the slot runs this route and then the outside receiver runs a late developing zig.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Right? So like that one, same deal, except because of how late developing the zig is, more often than not, that's the open route. Whereas here, with how quick that flat was out of play action, he jumped up with the user on Alexander, and that opened up the late field. So I do like this play. I feel like it was extremely well called, and you already noted it earlier. You establishing that run early, and then hitting the play action in this scenario. And not only that, everybody that plays play action, what happened? It's the plie double crossers, right? But this isn't double crossers. This isn't crossers at all. Everything, all the action that happened on that play was to the left of that hash. It was just a high-low read, and not enough guys invest in the high-low reads. You see here this time you run crossers, and he picks it up well. Everybody's kind of, especially King, he's got a great feel for the crossers. But the high-low stuff is where you catch King, at least in my experience. So,
yeah, and I tried to go back to the play action, like you said. He covered it well. Not much to say there. Just great coverage. So
right.
I go back to the run. Stick with what works on this next play.
No, I
and
mean,
I
3rd and inches
don't
is a
remember
good
what I
drive
do
here.
here.
Right. This may have been the one that you went for. If you
Oh,
didn't
you're
get it,
right.
I can't remember. I can't remember if you get stuffed here and then you try to go for it.
Yeah, I got stuff. That inside stuff ability, man, is brutal. And I knew it going in, and I was still trying to test it to see, which was foolish. But yeah.
There's a couple of things that people will do to try to counter that, but ultimately, sometimes you get got. So, Bear defense here front just absolutely rips through. Even the user Savage was on his way to make the tackle as well. So,
So yeah, I do go for it here. And thought process here is, I took that conservative call early. Man, freaking go win the Super Bowl, man. No more.
right.
I was trying to not be conservative anymore. It's only but so many field goals you can kick, and you're gonna win.
Well, I'll say this, and I love the play action call and use his feet to get there. You kind of wish Zach put on the block, but he left you out to dry there. But you got the yardage. Some cries of hiking haw in chat. I actually had to defend you there with the actual rollout play. Here's all your buddies following, by the way. C Rice. That says something familiar. This is around the time everybody was like, "Yo, we're here for our boy, go Bills," in the chat. So.
Price is another league that King and I are in. Well, I actually don't play in that league this year, but I'm still in chat. And I told them that me and King are playing the Super Bowl, and they kind of came over.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, on that play, I was a little frustrated with Zach, man. I was really hoping I'd get that block, maybe pick up a few more yards,
Right.
but my goal was the first down. I just wanted to extend the drive, so got what I needed.
This is a situation where I was talking to Derek about how if you could bleed enough clock, you could steal 2 possessions. You could score a touchdown here. You could hold them from scoring. Then you could turn around and score again to open up the half. And I was really interested to see how the dynamic worked here, what King decided to do, what you decided to do. Very dangerous. I remember that one. I remember yelling because that was just so out of pocket by Josh. And then the other dude could have just, I mean, if it was anybody but his edge rusher. But no, going back to the 4th down conversion, right? Early in the game, you come out the gate. You're trying to get a feel because you haven't played him yet, right? You haven't played this version of King yet. So you're like, am I better? Am I worse? What am I doing here? What's the adjustment? I think you ran the ball here. But you get the early turnover, and then you're still kind of like, I don't know what game this is gonna be like. All right, I'll let it go. You know, maybe I'm just gonna ball out on defense. So let me just get these points, get back on defense, and do it again, right? But now you're in a 10-10 game, approaching the half, and you know that King's here to play, right? The best version of King is here. I was really mad at you. I wonder what you had dialed up there. Was it a toss or a stretch left?
I had the I know exactly what I had. It's the play I love. You actually taught me to love this play, actually. It was the power G, where it bounces to the outside.
Oh, you would have had it. Oh,
Yeah.
You would have had it with everybody crashing in. And then this adjustment right here. So you have, I'm calling. I just snap the ball. Don't.
Honestly, I don't even know. I fake snap when I have a pass dialed up just to see if I can get like a deep offsides type of situation, deep ball, but
right.
I don't know what I was doing.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
Bad coaching.
Because you had it. If that's the play you had, I form power G or power O, ooh, that would have been 6. So he brings cover 0, gets a man in your face, and none other than Dawson Knox with the front flip in. Good read there, good find. He gets himself caught. This is what I had said on the read. I think that his man inherently was Dawson.
Yeah, I think he...
Yeah, it is. He just showed it and set. His man is Dawson, but this is a tough formation because he leaks out like that. And he's over here playing crossers to help, and there's nothing. You see the line from him to Knox.
And this is something that I didn't expect Dawson to be that open. Honestly, he did a good job of not having me expect a blitz because I didn't see the blitz coming on this play. But this play I also like because people tend to pick up the crosser and leave the late dig or the outside flat open. And I just got really lucky that he abandoned his assignment there.
Yeah. It's really tough in those condensed spaces to call the blitz. I like the aggressiveness. I'm not going to tell an at this point 19-0 user how to play defense, but call to get aggressive there late in the red zone. But for what it's worth, it did give him enough time and an opportunity to go downfield and try to tie this football game up going into half. So let's see. I think he's called this play before.
Yeah, he called this play earlier. I didn't know what to do here. I think I had man. Yeah, he just outbeat Casey.
Cover 1 is what you ran here, and I remember being a little confused as to why you ran cover 1. I was like, ooh, in this scenario with the red zone, but you have a little bit better of a secondary than I do. Maybe you could trust those guys. If he has that
here, he hits it.
He does. Which is weird because that was the one that isn't open. Out of all the scenes of the game that weren't open, or that were open,
yeah,
he throws
I was
the
frustrated
one that's
at
not.
my defensive back there.
Oh yeah.
I was like, come on, man, step up on that. But I mean, honestly, I left King too much time on the clock in that with that touchdown. It was nice to hit it, but I gave him full 2 minutes. That's just too much for Aaron Rodgers.
Right. So, because again, the narrative with Derek at the time was, can Buffalo steal a couple possessions if they can stop Green Bay? And then Green Bay turns around and ties it up. And then I was concerned. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. If Green Bay scores too fast, then maybe he's going to be gifting a possession back to Bills, you know? But here, I really thought you were going to call a timeout. I really thought you were going to try to give yourself some time, but I feel like maybe knowing that the best result for King here is to tie it and you're about to get the ball back, you decided to just kind of try to play for a stop and let the clock go. Because at this point, yeah, I don't know. Because it's almost a dangerous game, right? Because if you call a timeout, get the football back, and then fucking throw an interception trying to score, might be in trouble. Big Edmonds. The linebackers. There's another play in this game where Edmonds was in double A gap, and you like bounce off of a guy and then come in and make the stop. And I was just like, how does Edmonds do it, bro?
Yeah, man, these linebackers are crazy. I went out and got Leighton. I have three, like I would say, really good to elite talents there. So that's why my rush defense has been good all season. I don't think Aaron had too much against me aside from the touchdown. Aaron Jones, that is.
This is the play. The King special here. He first time I've ever seen it run it to the left. So interesting there, but it's the late zig by the tight end, the flat, and then if you cover all of that, you'll see Adams eventually crossing the back of the end zone. So there's the fine there, waiting for him to clear. The pressure was in his face, but Aaron don't care.
Yeah, I was really frustrated at that play because I had the safety on the back side, the side that Devontae's crossing into. He just sat there and watched it. I was so frustrated at that. I was mad, but what can you do? It's a good play call.
Yeah, it's a tough play to beat. I ended up in our game. I can't remember if I called against that or what I started doing is blitzing a corner. When I felt like he was running a play action to that side, I'd grab the cover 2 corner and blitz him. And I almost got in his face, and he turned around and threw a backdoor, last second, man in his face, jump ball to MVS on Tracy Walker and got the most disgusting, maybe the best one-on-one catch animation I had seen all year. Just deep dicked him. It was frustrating. I liked this play call. You come out and you say, all right, let's get a run and see if I can get some yards. Got the yards, and like, okay, well, I'm about a good 20-yard pass away from being in field goal position, so I felt like you were in the right there. But most importantly, you just fall over.
Yeah, that was in my head the whole game. Just don't turn it over. And
Right.
I believe I came away with no turnovers, so I accomplished that goal. It's crazy to think, we know what's coming here, the Hail Mary attempt. But it's crazy that Devontae Adams touchdown, that was the last touchdown of the game. There's no more from here. It's defensive from the rest of it here.
Jeez, yeah, good point. So an entire half, and we're going to get 3 field goals. I remember saying, you got to rush him, we got to rush him. And then he's all up in your face. This was crazy.
Yeah, I saw him coming, and I definitely was trying to avoid that. I didn't know if I should take off or just throw it deep, but there was no time left. I said, let me just take an end zone shot. Didn't work out, move on to half, I get the ball back.
Right.
And I don't remember what I chose here. I think I chose to defend the inside run. And I don't remember what I chose on offense for my halftime adjustment.
Yeah. Lock in. It's a tie game. Really would like to put him in long third downs, so you kind of choose to stop early down runs. Play action pass. You had that, maybe it was open, that late crosser, but this one was disgusting. And I remember we were really impressed with King's defense after that, because that is a real, like, soul killer. You play great defense, you pick everything up, and then he still gets like a 20-yard throw to his tight end who's being double covered. Oh, it's stressful, but he ends up, kind of turning it back on here and getting the stop. So I was very impressed from King for this. Verticals picks up your flats. Tackle there by Smith, dropping your edge rusher in coverage.
Yeah, he kind of does that a lot. It kind of makes you guess which guy is going to come on the 3-4 cover 3 calls a lot.
Here is usering, trying to look for the bubble screen that a lot of people have. Didn't get it that time. But
if I had to bounce that out, I had plenty of yards, but I was focused on the hole. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, it's a tough call. Excuse me. This boring ass run gameplay getting to
You know me, boring.
Gotta do it. Nah, so last time you ran the ball with Moss on this this formation. Let's see. Loads the box. You just got to think, is something going to be open? What'd you hot route there? Nothing. Just a fake one.
Yeah,
Try to
that
get
was
the
a fake.
Try to get the safety out of the box. Just anything to let me run.
That was a weird look. I didn't really know what to do there. I think, yeah, I did have that hole, and
But
I just
there is Gabe didn't set the best block. Probably could like fake it and then cut back, but then again, you have a crasher and a crasher, so probably did the best thing you could do, which is just try to, the crasher made the play. It's just one of those things that it's tough to deal with. So quick punt away. First play of the drive there. He started, outside of I don't even know when he threw the incompletion, the 3rd and 6 incompletion is the only incompletion he has up to this point. Or halfway through the 3rd, he's thrown one incompletion, and it was in the red zone, and it forced a field goal. Like, everything mattered here. Like, even this mattered. Even Edmonds forcing this back inside. Every tiny thing mattered. You taking him down, winning versus Bach, pushing him back into you have two guys here, right? So he doesn't have this anymore because you're there. And then Bakhtiari just kind of doesn't do anything on that play. Like, every little thing mattered so much in this game. To go back and watch it, because we'll be uploading this Coach's Corner, and then we'll be uploading the raw commentary game up as well. Probably one of the closest Super Bowls we've had. Here's the second.
I don't even know how I got so much pressure on that play.
Let's see what happened here. It happened every time he ran these bunch sets, right? Remember the first drive on the sack fumble? He was in a bunch set. Here. Yep. Did somebody come flying off the edge? No, it's just your typical...
I think it was interior pressure. He just looked like he bounced off, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm playing the safety, looking out for the short.
So they head up on Oliver, right? And then you have a one-on-one here, and then you have nobody picking up the edge. So that's how it sits at the snap. And then they both jump off. Wow, they both jump off. And he pops open, and he just gets in his face, and it's just like, shit.
That's just mad luck, because those O-linemen kind of
back-to-back plays. Bach kind of not doing anything on the run, and then that play where the O-line shifting. Yeah.
With how much offense there was in the first half, back-to-back punts to come out in the second half, was really changing the tide of this game. You could feel that it was getting gritty.
Mm-hmm. So we made the comment that Matt Breida, I think it was around this time, I said, guys, would you believe that Matt Breida is on a roster in this game? And what is you made the comment, you got clowned for it. You said slow running backs are the move this year. Speed's not as important as it is. And you won a Super Bowl. Now, granted, he didn't have the most dominant season with Zach Moss. 21 touchdowns is nothing to scoff at, but, he did not. I don't even know if you got 1,000 yards with him. What are your thoughts going forward? Is Zach Moss still going to be the guy, or do you think an upgrade at running back is imminent, something closer to Breida, or maybe just kind of halfway between the two?
Well, 100% Zach Moss is going to come out next season starting for me. I love him. A big thing for me and my running backs is carrying. I hate fumbling the ball. So if you don't have a good carry rating,
here.
Yeah, that's one of the plays I like as well. But Zach is going to start for me.
You hit him with his own play. PA sprint, halfback flat, except this time you hit the corner instead of the cross and digs. Give him a taste of his own medicine. Love to see it, Khalil.
Absolutely. Gabe Davis, Super Bowl MVP, had to hit him. I don't know. I think that I just like the high carry. I don't care if you're slow running backs. Anybody can break one, as you saw in the AFC Championship game. So
right. Don't fumble.
Here was a big risky throw.
Yeah, I didn't mean that much here. That's the same throw. I think this call mesh here. Yeah, I think you just kind of got crossed up on which mesh he was going to come up and take. Seeing him come from the right side, it makes sense that he's going to come up and take the one going left or right.
Yeah, I expected him to take digs, which is why I threw that. So and then he stepped down. That could have been huge if he could have got there, but I got lucky. I forget what I called here. Oh, I audibled to a pass.
Yeah, tough
I
luck
came out in the
there.
run. Came out in the run, look there, and he just, I mean, that's great man coverage. I didn't have anybody open.
Yep. Not the first time he's run man. Down in these red zone passing plays, so kind of something for those in the future to maybe implement into your game plan. Again, what can beat man, and knowing that you can't be beat for too deep of a pass, right? 30-40 yard passes aren't beatable, so you know you could shade underneath and over the top, or shade underneath and inside. And there's just not a lot of room to work with. And he does a fantastic job with his user. What I noticed that time though, he didn't put himself in man on docs. He put himself in zone. That way, everybody was accounted for because he made that mistake going in the half, right?
Yeah.
Here's a double zig
Oh,
play.
this play, was this the one?
This might be no.
No. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
the down the right sideline one was just.
Oh,
I
I went
didn't.
back and watched that, and I am so frustrated. I got something to talk about on that play.
Okay, when we see it, because I only saw it live. I haven't. This is my first rewatch. 3rd and 5. You've done a good job. 2 of your complete. I mean, I don't know if he's thrown 2 incompletions. I know he's thrown 2 incompletions. I don't know if he's thrown 3, but they were all on 3rd down.
It's this play.
Okay, cool. This one. So, you pick up Y. RB is kind of covered, and yeah, what is 2-9 doing? So let's kind of watch this again. So we're locked in here on
Bro.
Mozart. So
Oh my
everything at this
gosh.
point, everything is locked up. Actually, he might have a lane to throw the post over you, but there
Yeah.
is kind of inside leverage there. But
But
I mean,
let me tell you what I called here. On this play, I'm calling my base defense. I'm in cover 3 sky, so there should be no matching. It should just be a straight zone. And for some reason, the far corner on that post decided to man up his matchup and just abandon his deep third. And that's why A is wide open, because that guy beneath him is playing a purple flat, so he's not going that deep.
right. It always bugs me that they won't just keep dropping because there is a cap on those plays, and I would imagine 20 yards downfield is the cap. But yeah, as you see here, the deep third follows. He should be passing off and crashing back down. He does not do that.
And yeah, just leaves it wide open. I was so mad.
And here's the deal. If you kind of catch this, because, you know, let's pause it right to where I was just a hair late. There's at the exact time, so he can't throw this ball here. I know he's over top, but he can't. He's still at the sideline. He's not running anywhere. And look who is breathing down Aaron's neck. And it is at this exact moment that A decides to take off up the field. Right there, he flipped his hips, and he run up the field. This is just unlucky to a T, bro.
Yeah.
At the exact time, I mean, 3rd down, you won 3rd down. You won the 3rd down with the sack fumble, the 3rd down to force a field goal in the red zone, the 3rd down pressure on the quick out and to force a punt, and you won that one for all intents and purposes. And that might be the difference, man. It's just you came up with some clutch things. I understand that led to a big gain, but all in all, I think you did a great job in terms of picking up kind of the first, second read that he wanted on those plays and forcing bad reads, quick throws, or the pressure just got in time.
And here he comes out with the alternate version of that zig play earlier. I had a feeling it was coming when I saw this formation, and I was right. And I got very lucky here. He picked the wrong guy.
So double crossers here. Do a little bit. Yeah, this was huge. Van Der Esch being able to drop back here. Another thing, too, I will point it out again. A little bit of a nudge you put on B. Right? So you put a little nudge. Y gets picked up. He makes, I guess the read is high-low there. Does he Does the route, because you nudge it, run Leighton Vander Esch deep? Like, what happens here that pushes Vander Esch into this route?
I
So,
honestly don't know.
so coming out of it, I don't know. It just, damn, Vander Esch just dropped back and made the play. He didn't even click on for it. Just
Yeah.
drop back and just maybe high awareness. Maybe go get yourself a high awareness, high play rec kind of linebacker. What's his zone?
Maybe low 70s. His play rec is not
Jeez.
even that high. Maybe high 70s. I think he stepped into the moment. Maybe that early fumble recovery fueled him.
Right. Here he goes out and uses the flat. This is a hard hit, but a good find. Again, another staple of this offense is to run base. And he'll use Gary or Smith out there and kind of negate some of those quick flat throws that are normally open there and force you to go second level and throw into some of these more talented defensive backs here.
And what did I call here? Oh, you know what? I came out in Power G again and audible to a play action
This
pass.
is a good find. Good find. I guess another thing too is you sniffed out well when he was using Savage and hit the flats and the tight ends, and then you sniffed out when he was using Gary and you ran those edge rushers and you ran the ball and you took those shots downfield when he was using some of the more outside of the numbers guys like Alexander earlier. Here's the 3-man. He's using Amos. That takes us to the fourth quarter. Man, low scored affair. Second half.
And I never leave the run. You see, I got stuffed a lot this game. I mean, another time right there, no yards, 1 yard, 2 yard, no yards. That was all the setup for the whole game. That was my goal. Get the play action to work. Even if I'm not getting huge chunks here. I don't remember what happened here.
Yeah, he just got the throw off away. Yeah, he does such a good job at picking up of individual crossers on levels and stuff. You ran that play earlier, middle clear. I don't think you got anything on that one either. No, that was the one where you put the running back. Remember? So
Yeah.
earlier in the game, you put the running back. This time you didn't. You didn't put Moss on the under route. This time you kept him in, and you probably could have used it because you didn't have anywhere to go, and none of the O-line held up for that.
Yeah, it really hurt coming in this game. I don't know if King knew, but my starting left tackle got injured, so I had to move one of my backups over to left tackle.
Oh, jeez.
No.
You didn't
I don't know how much that impacted me.
In practice?
No, he got injured at the end of Warren's game, like on the last play.
Oh, this was the Diggs. This was the Diggs cross. It's just a PA cross, right? Just a simple PA cross play. Diggs been quiet all game, but you get him in the flat. And, oh, man. And that's what you need him for. Just a guy that can make a tough contested catch while getting hit. He balled out in the AFC Championship game, had a big old catch, right? Played well, but this time, and that's the sign of improvement as a user is guys that don't get locked in on somebody, that are okay with winning. Like you mentioned earlier, like, oh, maybe I should get Dawson Knox more involved. Dude, you just won a Super Bowl. I wouldn't get Dawson Knox any more involved than you already have him. You feel me? Like, because this was crazy. Getting Dawson Knox, trying to force the tight end play might hurt your personality, might hurt what you do right on offense. You know what I'm saying? So once you find success, don't change it till somebody makes you change it, kind of deal. So second
you make a good point. That was some big user dumminess by me on that last play.
Just panicking.
Yeah, ruined any opportunity for yards. I don't remember what I called here. Run.
Right. He uses the bubble screen so well. It's such an easy way to gain yards on guys that just aren't on top of it, that aren't recognizing in those trips formations, or just anything that, like a backside doubles wide receiver set away from the strong side. People just don't catch on, and it's just free bubble screens and free yards if they're not paying attention to it. So he does a good job there. Here's 3rd and 13. I don't know if you convert here. Shading outside, press man. Oh, this is back to your play. Yep, you try to throw it, animal.
That was a very crazy decision. That was probably my worst decision the whole game.
Here's verticals.
Throw it right there.
Bandit strikes again. Tanyan gets his another drag. Tough to deal with. They just throw 2 out there, and it's just like, pick your poison. This may be the one. Yeah, look at Edmonds here. He's able to shed off here, get around into the gap, and just, like, I don't know how you did that, but you just got all up in that running lane and single-handedly made the stop, because that was not the defense of that play. He called the right play call, and you just disappeared and then reappeared in exactly where he wanted to run. And you killed that whole run play all by yourself. That was I was hyped. I was like, God damn. Oh, here goes some double drags. Get stuck on Mario Addison there.
I was surprised this was a first down right here.
Yeah, I was saying, I was like midpoint going, oh, and I was like, oh shit, never mind, he got it.
Maybe that was a coach's challenge that they wanted me to do, and I just gave it up. I wasn't going to waste a challenge on a first down call.
This is the first play of the game that he ran. Hit A. This time, the pressure. Again, just doing a good enough job. Edmonds getting it.
That's Edmonds who got in there.
I think it's because he protects. Oh, okay. Let's run it back then. Let's see, because he's not being blitzed in the play art. So Edmonds coming in with some heat. Just slides right through. Damn, what a play call.
Yeah, my linebackers really stepped up.
Huge game by those guys. We were talking about Van Der Esch possibly being MVP. I was like, you know. I like this. You establishing that edge. He quickly wanted to get out of that stretch run. Once you did that, this might be a scene that he gives up. What did he do? Did he end up running stretch? He commits back to it.
I guess he did run it.
But you made him think about it. All right, so this is the first of some big user tackles. I remember calling that out. So you click on there. I think there's another one. There's like open field play, and you kind of make a tackle there. And there were some really big user tackles on this drive. I think you maybe even held him short, if I recall. And that's important as hell. I actually lost a game in the Falcons League. I lost my undefeated record because the guy just simply was so smart on when to click on, when to click off. He didn't give up a lot of extra yards. Oh, this is one. This is one. Nice
oh, man, that zig route. It's so hard to defend that zig.
Yeah, with the backside angle as well.
I think this is man coverage.
We'll see here in a second. It definitely looked like man the way they followed the goes, yeah. If it's 3, he throws the seam. If it's man, throws the zig.
This was a big run. Good juke.
Time's winding down, though. I was really concerned here for King. The longer he takes a score, if he doesn't score a touchdown, you know what I'm saying, you're in trouble. Or he's in trouble, because you're going to have plenty of time, and you only need a handful of yards here. Here he runs, tries to get out of the pocket. Throw here. Okay, so maybe this isn't the string of user tackles that I thought. There was at some point in the game that you had made some really big user tackles, and I felt like it was on that drive. Here the crosser finds Randall Cobb. Looks like some 3.
So check to a run. Yep. Here.
That's a good run there to kind of keep him in. And the closer he gets, I know it's terrifying, but he just has less room to work with, and you could do more.
Yeah, and I was really worried here because, if he goes up with a touchdown, he's up 4. That puts me in a position where I have to score a touchdown. And his defense was really killing me all game, or at least in the second half.
Right. And everybody who watched knows that coming up with, we're just under 3 minutes left in this game. And King's gonna play conservative, and he is going to choose to kick a field goal. What were your thoughts on that?
Honestly, when I think you're referencing when he got stopped and it was 4th and 2, maybe 4th and 3, I was thinking he was going to go for it.
This was one of the plays of the game, bro. He calls the so what he calls the RPO. I think this is it, right? calls the
Yeah.
RPO. So it's the RPO, and you user it, if I'm not mistaken. You are all over, or somebody is all over this flat route that he
Am
just
I the
has.
user?
Are
I don't
you?
remember who I played.
Nope, you're
No, I was
just
the I got caught on a D lineman that play.
okay. So just whether you were in man or the switch off, the thing is he goes after the side of the play that's got X Factor White, Superstar Hyde, tied for league interceptions, tied, clear fight, tied. Let's see what, because he has something on the right. Let's see if he has the flat on the right. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
That's a Super Bowl victory. This is too, but to you. He definitely has that ball. Yeah, that's the easy throw, but he chooses to throw at the talent level of the Bills, and huge stop. A very interesting call that you go overload man. 2 times in this game has cover 0 been called in the goal line. Once was a Dawson Knox touchdown. The other was the Bills forcing 4th down, forcing the game-tying field goal, which is going to give you your opportunity to win this game on a 2-minute drill. So,
yep, and I was expecting the run there, which is why I went for the overload. I know cover 0 isn't a run defense, but in Madden it is. I don't care. At least sometimes. But leading up here, I know I got an opportunity. All I got to do is put points up, and that's what's in my mind. So this whole moment, all the running I've been doing all game is leading up to this play call right here. I knew exactly what play I was calling as soon as he kicked the field goal.
all right, so we go right back to this corner route to Gabe Davis. It's not the same route. This is more of a PA boot. Golly, you come out and you're like, all right, we got to put together a drive. What's our best plays? And you just go PA fullback slide with a clear out by Diggs, it looked like. Corner by Davis in a flat. And here's the interesting part here, right? Is, again, he's using Gary. He's in his base 3-4. And you've done this. Your ability all game long to come out in these heavy set formations, a tight end, a fullback, and run the ball, right? He's probably expecting a backdoor bubble, right? You've been able to get it ingrained that these are runs, and if they're short passes, he's playing very flat. So you've kind of banked those runs early in the game, and here out of the play action, he's all over this, just like earlier, except this time he's got Gary and not Alexander, and there's nobody. Nobody is there
And
to
he
pick
thought
up.
I might have been trying to get Knox on it. It's kind of like a 3-level concept over there on that side.
Right.
And
And
I didn't know who I was going to throw it to, but I mean, man of the hour stepped up. Gabe Davis, he's the one that's open. He's the one that gets it. Beautiful play call, in my opinion. I'm not going to be humble with it.
I mean, you're over here. You just tied it up. You can't come out here and turn the football over. You run a bootleg to the short side of the field. You find Gabe Davis again on a corner route, catching him using in the flats. I mean, those are the plays, man. The stop on 3rd down. The multiple stops on 3rd down. All throughout the game. And then these big corner route finds to Gabe Davis. Multiple times you're able to find Davis in the 2nd level sneaking free. He's not even like that crazy of an athlete, right? We're not talking about a 97 speed guy. We're just talking about 6'3", 90, 91 speed, right? But
something like that.
Sometimes if superstar, but what abilities does he have?
I think he just has deep in, and I don't even think I used that ability this game, or it didn't activate.
So 2nd and 6, King is in full panic mode. What are you thinking here? Run.
Yeah,
Boring.
make him use his timeouts. No, but I called a pass here. I called a pass here. I knew it was gonna be a short type of pass. I just wanted something that I could get a completion and pick up the 1st down.
Clock's rolling. I was
shifted Knox over to kind of disguise what I was gonna do. What were you about to say?
We were talking about when is he going to use these timeouts, right? He's letting the clock run here. It's 1st and 10. He's in bad shape. I just feel like if you're not going to use them early, at least save one for the ice. But he didn't do either. He didn't save it for the ice. Had more than enough time to kind of kill the clock down. He did take a penalty.
Yeah,
was it on purpose when you took the penalty late in the game, the delay of game?
yeah, that was a purposeful delay. It
Just to
was,
give yourself more
I believe
space.
it was at the 6,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to drain as much time as possible, so I just took the penalty.
Interesting. Just including the 1 second. Just it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, at this point, I really felt like I was in control of the game. I got stuffed on 3rd, and I took the points. So,
all right. So 3rd and 3. What did you call it? I think you just ran, which is probably the smart thing. Just kill this clock, right? Get it all the way down.
Yeah, caught a stretch to the weak side.
It's hard. It's hard to because you're limited so much. You come out with a set like this, and you're like, damn, where am I even supposed to remotely try to run the ball? Can't run straight because of Kenny Clark. Everybody and their mom seems to be outside. Oh, that's the one we said if you had Breida, you would have. That's 6. Breida's 95 speed there would have been more than enough to reach the goal line.
Yeah. But thinking back on it, I mean, obviously I won, so this is hindsight. But
yeah.
I'm almost happier I didn't get 6 here because I got to drain the clock. If I score right there, it's like full minute. Sure, he has no timeouts.
Right, you'll never know what could happen, right? One person breaks free, cover 3 breaks, or man breaks, or something dumb happens. It's Aaron Rodgers. You'd rather give him no timeouts in 20 seconds than that. So we know you make the field goal here. And then here's the interception. So at this point, right, we're just playing over the top. He's running 4 verticals. He tries to force a sideline throw. And none other than Casey Hayward Jr. You traded for him, right?
Yep. Got him from the Raiders.
How much did it cost you?
Future second.
A future second for the game-sealing Super Bowl interception.
And really my defensive player of the playoffs. He had 2 picks against Warren, too, so...
yeah, don't be afraid to go get a vet, guys. Don't be afraid to go get an older vet. Not that Hayward's not good or anything. What is he, 80, 85, 80, 82? What does this speed look like?
He's 88 speed, 90 or something like that.
Here.
He has really good. What made me want him. He has really good press and really good play rec. I like all of my defensive 2nd and 3rd level guys have good play recognition. So
right, and a 31-year-old corner, 88 speed, 87 man, 88 zone. Maybe not the flashiest guy, but yeah, just that the high press, the high awareness, the high play rec. Sometimes it's enough. You can just throw them out there and they'll make the plays, especially if you're a zone heavy team. You're a zone heavy team, that's a good guy to have as your 2nd to 3rd best corner here, because you guys obviously have, White's your number 1. Then you got a little bit more speed with Taron Johnson and Levi Wallace. So, well, all in all, a fun rewatch, a fun breakdown. Thanks for giving us your thoughts on the game. And congrats, champ.
Appreciate it, man. You do a great job with this series, so it's an honor to be on one of these. Looking forward to watching more.
Yep. Well, maybe we'll have you back next year talking about your repeat performance, how you dissected the Lions. But hopefully we never see the Packers back there because it means I did my job right. But you did your job right, and you got yourself the first trophy in your name for the season. So with that, guys, if you like the Coach's Corner episode and you want more, let me know. Let me know if there's any games. If you want your gameplay broken down as we get into the Season 2 games here in the next couple weeks, let me know. We can do it. It's a fun series. It's fun to have different people on and talk about it. So that's it for this week. Yeah, catch you guys next time.